Hello and welcome to another edition of After the Whistle, Wednesday, September 24th. We're pretty much almost in October. There's only a couple more days left. And time flies.
What up, y'all?
Flies. We got Todd here. It's Hispanic Heritage Month celebration has begun.
Oh, I thought you was throwing that towards me for a second. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, never mind. I'm not Spanish, y'all.
You can pass for one.
I know, that's why I thought you had a joke for me. So.
Jimmy Kimmel was back on TV last night.
Yeah, I'll be honest, man. We talked about the cancel culture offline.
Yeah.
They only cancel stuff when it's convenient for them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then when you got something you like, or if the monies get affected, then they show that they ain't really got no real legs in the race.
Yeah.
Or they ain't got no real balls to stand on. Or no real heels to stand on.
It was hilarious, too, why they even took his show off the air, because I had to go look back why they were taking it off the air. He didn't even say nothing about the person that passed away. He just said he made a comment on the response the president gave when asked about the person that passed away, and then that's when everything. But yeah, it wasn't like he said something crazy about the deceased.
We live in a world where I ask kids all the time, yo, you deaf?
Right.
Because like people just choose not to listen. They just choose not to listen. It's not even they don't have the ability to listen. Because you've had ears your whole life.
Right,
and you don't have any aids on them, so I don't know why you can't hear anything nowadays.
Right.
And people, I'll be honest, they say everybody's on the spectrum, because I've realized a lot of people are, because like people's attention spans, or like, my famous thing, you ask me a question, I answer you, you go, what?
Right.
I'm not talking to you again. I'm going to completely walk away from you.
Right.
Because you just insulted my intelligence.
But that whole thing was a circus, and then like just to see like so many people like it's like happy that Jimmy Kimmel's off air or he got fired, and I'm just like I don't even realize like his show and like not even him because he'll be all right, but like the people behind the scenes, how it affects them, like it affects their livelihood and stuff like that. So it's like for people to be happy that something like that would happen is crazy.
It's showing how racist the country still really is, because people consider Jimmy Kimmel an ally, and you see how they treat the allies. So you might as well come on over with us, brother.
But he back on the air because hey man.
Once people's pockets are affected.
Was it 40 million?
It was like 50 million or
50
something
million?
like that.
Yeah.
Nah, I thought it was like 50 billion or something. I thought it was like something.
It was a big number.
Like ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a big number.
Yeah, it was something. Like it might have been the bees.
Yeah, it was a big number. So yeah. Yeah. But hey man, he back on air. The people in the back, the people like he cares more about behind the scenes, they're back on air. Get there.
Should never been off air.
Definitely should not have been off air. But hey man, it is what it is, man. People just say, people just.
We gotta get rid of that man up there. That's all that is, bro. Because all he's doing is trying to ruin the world before he croaks, and all the next person coming after him is gonna try to do is fix it.
Right.
Because nobody really believes in, like, nobody thinks the way that man thinks.
Right. Yeah.
Like you see his wife in pictures. I was telling people like, she might reap the benefits of things, but she does not know what happiness really is. She'll never know what happiness is. You stand next to him. She had a hat down completely in certain pictures, bro. I wouldn't part history either, bro.
Because honestly, I don't think she. Well, not even. I don't think she definitely didn't want to do this over again.
I'll be honest. You know what I'm gonna say? She had to lay under him.
Yeah.
She had to have a couple babies by that man.
Oh, snap. And you know what was
Yep.
You know what else was Patriots offense. They were Yo, I said this to Joey. Stop fumbling the ball, man. Like you at the goal line. That's quite the transition. But you at the goal line with a chance to score. and you fumbled, and this dude got a history of fumbling the ball. I think he got like 17 fumbles or something like that in his career. At the goal line, though. At the goal line. The absolute worst place to fumble the ball, and he fumbled the ball.
But remember, common hits in different facets. We won the Super Bowl off an interception at the goal line. So sometimes we're going to be on the, and that interception should never happen. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you're in the, you have the bad end of fortune.
And then also, it's okay to take a sack, Drake May. It's okay to take a sack and live to fight another day. But when you try to force it, then you turn the ball over again. It was like 5 turnovers this game. You're not winning a football game turning the ball over 5 times.
There was no there was 5.
Okay.
And so basically, a turnover per quarter. You're not even giving yourself a chance to win. But they had a chance to win, which is crazy. And it just shows how bad the Steelers are.
Steelers not good, which is also very, very, very annoying that they lost, because there's 2 teams that they had no business losing to that they lost to. The Raiders week 1 and this one.
Bro.
Douglas, just go forward.
That too. And it's not like the Pats played bad. They had 250 passing yards compared to the Steelers 139. 119 in rushing compared to the Steelers 64 yards. How do you lose this game? How do you lose this other than not valuing the football, which is the most important thing in the game?
And ladies and gentlemen, to answer his question, that is how you lose a football game, when you completely outplay your opponent. You control the time. You had a +7 in the time of possession. 5 turnovers, man. 5 turnovers. This is I don't know. And Stevenson's lucky he's got Vrabel as a coach, because I remember Belichick, he would cut guys, they fumble. Jimmy Johnson, he would cut guys, they fumble. At this point, what?
We struggled last year. We got a chance to go 2-1 out the gate, looking all right.
Right.
No one really expected that. And you just give the game away.
Yeah, you're just like, here, take it. We don't really want
Vrabel need to stop. He might need to turn to Darth Vader. He might need to. I'm just saying, if you want to have that championship caliber culture, you gotta have to tighten things up. And
I'm not a big Vrabel guy myself, so this hiring was to me, I was just like, all right, but
when I hear certain last names, I'm trying to figure out where it came from. So a Vrabel, it's just, yeah.
And also with the team, these first 3 games compared to last year, they've turned the ball over way more too. They've had more penalties than they had, in the first couple games last year. So it's kind of like, man, y'all hung Gerard Mayo out to dry when you didn't give him the resources to help him succeed and spend as much as you did to help him succeed. You did that for this guy, and why are they so undisciplined?
You know what the trend of this season for the show is? They're able to be mediocre. We got to be extraordinary and excellent.
Yeah. So the Pats are 1-2 on the season. They have a chance to bounce back. They got the Panthers coming in this weekend, but the Panthers are coming off a 30-0 victory over the Falcons, so their confidence is high. But it's the Falcons, though. So, yeah.
Touche.
Monday Night Football. Derrick Henry, that's twice 2 out of 3 games where you just fumbled at the worst possible time of the game and turned out to be costly. And also the Ravens O-line and the Ravens defense. Man, oh man, the defense was getting torched, and the O-line gave up 7 sacks. And that all results in a L, and you're 1-2 on the season.
Yeah, I caught the fourth quarter with you. They have too much firepower, speaking of the Ravens, to not score a couple times a quarter. You only score once a quarter for 3 quarters. Didn't they even score in the fourth?
Yeah, they had.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They scored. So it's just like, what are we doing here? They got to figure out a formula for success. Granted, Henry's had a couple bad weeks. I'm hoping the fall off isn't happening. You know what I mean? I just felt like didn't he get punched in the arm too with that fumble? The ball didn't get hit, right? He got punched in the bicep. Yeah, so it's just one of them, hopefully.
He's too big to be filmed, though. 2
weeks in a row. Hopefully he tightens up, realize that he really got to take things seriously. But he got to get in the end zone more too, though. Like, it's just certain things that you got to be able to rely on him. Because they were keen on Lamar. It was like they knew that Henry couldn't do much because he didn't do much at all.
Yeah.
So it was like once you kind of eliminate Henry and you key on Lamar, what else is there?
Right, and then I saw a stat somewhere that said he's like Derrick Henry. In the fourth quarters, he's fumbled 10 times. I think this is like dating back to last year or something like that, or in his career. But he's like fourth quarter, he's got the most fumbles.
I mean, think about it, bro. He had 12 carries for 50 yards. That's not like him. So if you cancel him, so it's like if they key on Lamar, he got to produce. If they key on him, Lamar got to produce. They need one of them to produce.
And Lamar was producing in this.
He was.
And sometimes I don't understand their play calling too. Sometimes there was a couple of times they got down in the red zone. They didn't, they went for it on fourth down. And I'm just like, take the points, take the 3 early. It was early too. It was early in the game. But take the 3 points early in the game. Too many people want to go for it on fourth down.
And too, some of the plays they called was just like, what we doing?
Right.
You just kind of had Lamar drop back, and it's just like, what is he doing now? Like, it's like there wasn't really that many options for him to throw, so we kind of has to just figure it out on his own.
Yeah.
When it's like he shouldn't have to.
It's like they went away from what actually got them down to the red zone.
Yeah.
And like they just scrap it. But on the other end, the Lions really, really good performance, especially in the second half by those running backs, Montgomery and Gibbs. They were really they took over that game in the second half. Baltimore had a hard time stopping those guys. The fourth down play to pretty much seal the game. That was a big time player conversion by Jared Goff. So the thing with the Lions is we know their offense is going to put up points. We know they got explosive players. We just have to see them down the line, down the road in the season. If all these guys could stay healthy, if all those guys are available at the end, they'll be tough.
That too, and my main man, Gamble.
Yeah.
Or Campbell, said it backwards. He has to just make better decisions in the playoffs. Remember, he had one bad decision in the playoffs that kind of cost him the game. It cost him go to Super Bowl, right? Or go to the division final?
A couple years back?
Like a year or two.
Yeah, it was Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that was the year San Francisco beat them.
Yeah, so it's one of them things, you guys just understand if you're going to go for it on fourth, that you get it. You know what I mean? Right. You got certain plays that are like damn near bulletproof. You know what I mean? Or start-proof. And then once you get in the playoffs, hopefully they make the playoffs, then you're going to be more strategic with getting points.
Yeah.
But I like how they're scoring every quarter. Yeah. And they got a field goal in the fourth. Yeah. So, he's utilizing some things. Granted, he did go for it in the fourth, which was the biggest play in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, I just think him down the road, when them games really matter, is when he has to make the best decision.
Yeah, but that defense stepped up in the second half. Mm-hmm. They was making life difficult. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson, he's looking like he's getting back to his groove after that. Losing all last season due to that injury. So, yeah, good, really good win for the Lions on the road on Monday night. It's a big time win for those guys.
Yeah, it is.
Kansas City finally got in the win column. They defeated the Giants. The Giants have. The Giants have put. They made a quarterback change already, and I was like, all right, but. Malik Neighbors said it ain't the quarterback. In his post-game conference, he said it ain't the quarterback. That's what he said. We had Daniel Jones last year. Same thing was happening. We got Russell Wilson this year. Same thing. So he's like, it ain't the quarterback. There's something going on over there in New York. They're putting a rookie in there, but the Chiefs, they needed to win. They needed to win. I'm not gonna say they look great, but they needed to win, and they got it.
I'm going to say Neighbors might be right because I'm still not a believer in the Colts. But Daniel Jones over there getting busy. He over there getting busy.
That's
so,
right.
hey now. As much as we talked about Daniel Jones not even should be in the league, he's out here like if he has one good year with the Colts, it's like, hey, we got to kind of like backtrack some of these statements. But they always want to blame the players before they blame the people that can't play football that make you play football. Like, you know what I mean? You can't play the game, but you got these people playing the game. You're telling them what to do.
Yeah.
So like,
it's
how I said it don't even make sense. Like,
yeah, they just curse for something. But the Chiefs, they got some other playmakers that, you know, Juju, he stepped up. Tyquan Thornton, he came up big in this game. But, you know, they still had some lapses where, you know, they was doing stuff that make you question. But the Chiefs was just a team that needed to win this game because they've just been so, you know, they just been so not the Chiefs the first 2 games of the season. So, but
yeah, I mean,
their schedule don't get easy.
They finally ran the ball over 25 times.
Right.
Granted, they still got Mahomes throwing the ball over 30-plus times, which is, you know, that's what he does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's the guy they rely on. But you got to take the pressure off him by utilizing these running backs.
I forgot Kareem Hunt's on the team. I forgot they brought him back.
I mean, is the fall off real?
No, I think they got it. Yeah, you're right. They got to utilize. But I forgot because he had some good seasons with the Browns. Yeah, he was with the Browns. He had some good seasons with them. So yeah, they might have to get back to. They might have to go to that run game to decrease, you know, as many times as Mahomes dropped back because right now it's kind of their passing game is just in question all the time. And it's not even the passing game; it's just like the weapons in the passing game.
They're like Golden State.
Yeah.
You won Super Bowls off passing.
Yeah.
At some point, they're going to try to take that away from you.
Yeah.
So then you got to do a better job at picking your spots when to pass the ball.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe they found the right, like, maybe this game will help them find like the right pairings and like the right like things to do moving forward.
But just like Golden State, you can't rely on Steph for everything.
Right.
You can't rely on Mahomes for everything.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely cannot. But 2-1, the Giants are going to start the rookie. I'll tell y'all his name, Jackson Dart, the rookie out of Ole Miss. I mean, good luck, but hey, if it's more the same thing, we gotta look at Malik Neighbors' comments even more.
I mean, but why aren't the coaches like under more scrutiny than they are? Granted, we did say some coaches should be given more grace, but some coaches don't deserve grace.
Yeah.
Or certain, as a whole,
Right.
GMs, owners, all that should be given grace.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially in big market cities too. My bad for keep going.
No, I
You know what I
agree
mean?
with
It's just
that.
like the whole formula. Like the Giants shouldn't be bad. They should be middle of the pack, quality, big market league. You know, big market team.
Yeah.
Like,
And then if you just look at them the past like couple seasons, it's been like the same thing. It's just been the same thing over and over again. They're like, you know, last year they were 3-14, and it was like offensive questions. Like there was so many question marks. The year before, they were, jeez. The year before they were 6-11. So yeah. The wins drops, and right now they're 0-3 right now. So. Yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty with the Giants and a lot of things they got to clean up. And here are their next couple opponents. They got the Chargers, They're hosting the Chargers this weekend, who have been flying really high. We're about to talk about them. They got the Saints, which, you know, that game's like two ugly girls fighting. You know, nobody wins. So, and then they got Philly, Denver, and Philly again, then San Francisco. That is. Yeah. I don't know if the coach is going to make it. I don't know if he's going to make it to Halloween.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. After that October 9th game again, I mean, if they lose to the Saints, he might be out of there after that game. Yeah, so.
we'll see.
Yeah, we shall see. There's a couple 3-0 teams, Tampa, Indy, and the Chargers. Indy, offensively and defensively, they're playing real well. I think they've punted only once this season. And Daniel Jones. I gotta apologize to Daniel Jones. You actually look like a real NFL quarterback in Indy. Maybe it was one of the New York things.
Yeah, we got to wait to see how the season finishes out.
Right,
but, you
but-
know,
yeah, but right
you
now-
look like you're moving in the positive direction.
Right. He's definitely playing really well. I mean, 0 interceptions. Zero. There's one thing he did a lot was turn the ball over, but he got 0. So
we still got 13 more games left, right?
There's plenty of games.
All right, I'm just saying, 13 left. Like 8-5 left.
Yeah, but right now, he's going to give you your credit. You got the Colts playing well, getting wins, starting off well, offense and defense. Got a really big win the other day. So, yeah, man. No, Tennessee stinks too. Tennessee, they stink.
Yeah, that's why it's like I didn't even pull the Colts stats up or anything.
Yeah. Tennessee stinks. They're trash. Tampa Bay, all 3 of the games has come down to the last minute. They marched down the field and were able to win it. That was a really good game by the Jets. They got a block punt to take the lead, but Baker led them boys down the field. You know, Bucks are looking good. Bucks are looking real good right now. But Mike Evans is out for a couple weeks. He got a hamstring injury, so he's going to be out for a couple weeks. And they got Philly this week. This probably should be a primetime game. This should be like the Sunday night game because both teams undefeated and both teams playing well. But I don't know what's the Sunday night game.
I mean, you know, shout out to Baker, man. He's being a leader out there.
Yeah.
Quality things. You know, I was with Baker when he was with the Browns.
Right.
I thought that would have been the team that he would have been the best on. But, you know, he's getting a second win.
Yeah, I mean, Baker, Geno Smith, there's a couple of guys. They're perfect examples. Just like, you know, you got drafted very high for Baker's point. He got drafted number 1. He had, you know, when they threw him in the starting line for Cleveland, it started off, took off like this. Then it came down to reality. Then it was after that. It was you gotta kind of reevaluate yourself and you know.
Also, too, though, like they were actually given a second chance.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, they don't do well as a starter. They just get shelved, and they automatic backups forever. And it's like, no, why don't you just give guys a fair chance when they're fighting for these quarterback positions?
Right.
Don't try to lean to somebody. Oh yeah, we're giving you a chance. You really ain't giving them a real look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what everybody's a pro.
Right.
So just show what you can do, and if you can't do what you used to do, then you got to be a backup.
Right. Mac Jones too. Mac Jones, he's doing the same thing. He's taking advantage of his opportunity. San Francisco 3-0.
Look at any other sport.
Right.
You don't just you're not a starter and get traded and all of a sudden you're a backup.
Right.
You get traded for your starting role. And if your stats diminish, then you get demoted.
Right.
You don't make you get demoted just because somebody else is there.
Yeah. And then lastly, the Chargers. You know, coming into the season, I think people had Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Mahomes probably like those would be the top 3 candidates for MVP this season. Justin Herbert, he's got right now. The way that they're using him at the quarterback position and the way that the Chargers are playing, he might be one of those guys. If he continues this down the road in the season, it might be. We got to put him in that conversation the way he's playing.
Now, am I tripping? But isn't there like always a point so far when he's like in that conversation at some point in the season, and then he kind of like falls off?
Not in the conversation, but there's a point where they talk about him being like a top-tier quarterback.
All right.
And then, yeah.
So he's kind of making a jump.
Yeah, but yeah, we got to see the consistency. We got to see consistency from him, especially down the road.
I just feel like every season they're talking highly about him. If it's either the beginning, the middle, or end of the season, it's he had a few good games and they're talking about how great he is.
Right. So this probably should be the year where he kind of puts that together because I remember his second year, he had 5,000 yards. And then, he had 5,000 and 4,000 yards. So he's got the potential. It's just like, it's the Chargers. Weird things happen with the Chargers. They never play normal games.
Bro, they've had one of the greatest running backs ever, and they couldn't even get over the hump.
Right.
Couldn't even make the Super Bowl.
Nope.
You know what I mean? So.
Right. The Vikings beat the brakes off the Bengals, but it was more so Isaiah Rodgers had a career day that he's the first player in NFL history to have a pick six, a fumble recovery for a touchdown, a forced fumble recovery, all in the same game, and he got the highest grade, pretty much got a perfect grade for a performance by a defensive player over the weekend in their win over the Bengals, and it was like, oh wow. And this also is more to say about the Bengals because it was like, man.
Well, what I was gonna say is, what's the dude's name? Isaiah what?
Rogers.
Isaiah Rogers. What do you think to my Uncle Mike? But you know, it don't matter who's throwing the ball, brother. Get your stats. Because somebody might be like, oh, the backup. It don't matter.
Right,
Get your stats.
And then,
That's it.
And then that dude, I guess the quarterback for the Bengals, Browning, he was on the Vikings and they cut him. And then I think he was screaming at the camera at one point like, "Oh, y'all shouldn't have cut me. Y'all shouldn't have cut me." I think he was saying that before the game or something like that. But yeah.
I don't know what to say to that. The score told me I need to know.
The score, the 2 interceptions.
Y'all shouldn't have cut me. You're right. They should have decapitated your ass. Like, what? Like, you shouldn't be like, huh? You shouldn't be allowed to talk to them. Like,
But kudos to the Vikings as well. They got a veteran QB. Carson Wentz was in there, played like a vet. Yeah, he's still around.
No, I'm just saying the Vikings need to put a straight note out against him. He shouldn't be allowed to talk to them ever again.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, you just lost 48-10.
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
With the Vikings, Carson Wentz, he's in for J.J. McCarthy. McCarthy's injured. He played like a vet, 14-20. $173, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's the best part. I mean, that's the smart decision by a franchise, having a veteran quarterback that's been around. He's had his ups and downs, but he's still been able to stick around. Teams are still signing him, and
he's the ghost whisperer, right? He's the one that see ghosts, right?
No, that was Sam Darnold.
All right, my bad, Wentz. Oh, Wentz is the one that that was your man that couldn't get right.
He couldn't get right.
That can't get right.
He couldn't get right, but I mean, he's going to have an opportunity here because, like I said, I'm not too big on J.J. McCarthy. I don't think he's that person. I don't think that they're going to try to make it up to be. I don't think he's that guy.
But this is going to come back to, we talking about like Geno and the Bakers. He's young. You know what I mean? You got to get his licks in, got to get his experience. He might need to be in another situation that might help him flourish more. You never know.
J.J. McCarthy, I just don't think the Vikings are going to go anywhere with him because he's scared to throw the ball. He's scared to throw the ball for the big plays. That's my observation so far.
Okay.
So you got to throw that ball. And then lastly, I mean, hey, man, Dallas, I feel that things just seem to be getting bad to worse for them now. CeeDee Lamb is out for a couple weeks. Their defense is basura. Let Caleb Williams just get full confidence in himself in that game. And, yeah, I was watching this game at a strip club, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I was watching this game at a strip club. Talk more about that.
Was you eating wings?
Nah, I had already ate, so I was getting drink. I was getting wings.
I'll let you slide with that.
Because I went to. I was
gonna say, strip club the best food, brother.
I know. But I went to the best African restaurant ever in Detroit and got some really good food.
Fufu?
Nah. I got some fish, some rice, and some plantain. That fish was like, because they cook it fresh.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had to wait a little bit, but it was well worth it.
Now it's one of those restaurants where once they're done for the day, they got no more stock. Because in DI is a restaurant that's called like the cafeteria or something like that, and like once they're done for the day, bro, you gotta wait. You gotta go back there tomorrow.
They have plenty of stock, and they open till like 9 p.m.
Okay.
Or so.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope.
Yeah, it's one of them like family type owned restaurants, but they cook stuff fresh. I think like the fish and the goats and all that, I think they cook it fresh. The rice might be pre-made and stuff like that, but most of the other stuff, yeah, it's good too. Really good.
That's dope.
Really good.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, I wasn't gonna talk much about this game. I just wanted to talk about.
What is it to talk about? They lost their receiver. They lost their best defender. You can't score and you can't stop anybody. So you might as well suit up Jerry.
And you can't get to the quarterback. And you didn't want to pay the guy that could get to the quarterback. And now you're going to play that guy this week.
Well, we can't say they. There's one man.
Yeah.
Jerry.
Yeah. Well, they're going to play that guy this weekend, so.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. We got +1 with Joey. This week we was joined by Coach Runner. Lynn Tech's off to a 2-0 start. They got the Saturday night game at Manning this weekend. There's 2 doubleheaders, Friday and Saturday. So Tech got the very last game for Week 4. So we talked to Coach Runner about Tigers starting the season 2-0 and their matchup with Saugus coming up, and then we gonna come back, folks. We'll be back.
The tough grittiness of it, and I think our nucleus of our young guys and a good mix of the older guys has really gelled well for us. But hard work and dedication always pay off more than anything.
Yeah, it definitely. Also, health-wise, I know. Last year there were some guys that you lost early on in the season, but they're back fully healthy. I mean, Anthony Brown, one of the players I was looking forward to see this season, he's back fully healthy. Man, just how key is that for him? Because you have a plethora of playmakers now on the offensive side of the ball that you got at your disposal.
We're lucky to have these young guys that played a lot of Pop Warner football. Shout out to the Lynn Rams and also the Lynn Bulldogs. Those programs produce a lot of young men that make the high school programs a lot better. And we have a good nucleus of guys that played a lot of football prior to coming into Lynn Tech. And that experience that they've had has paid dividends for us, as far as our football season goes. And, we do a lot of the 7-on-7 stuff during the summertime, which is good for the kids, fundamentally, and also to gain some team unity. So that stuff pays off in the long run when you do it in the summertime.
Coach, Saugus as a program has had its ups and downs throughout the last couple of years, but 2 years ago, they started out 3-0 before injuries kind of plagued that team. What are you expecting Saturday night, and what can Saugus do offensively, defensively to make it a good game?
Well, a testament to Coach Cummings and what he does over in his program. This is our 3rd year playing against him. We wanted to play upper division teams because, it helps get us ready for our conference play, and also it supports what we do in the playoffs as far as the MIA power rankings go. I've seen Saugus a couple times, and they've had some tough teams every year. And this team now, I think they're one of the better defensive teams, around. I know that, they've given up some points, but they play tough. They play very, very tough, and Coach Cummings, he's a multiple offensive guy. He likes a lot of different formations. So, we defensively, we're trying to just prepare ourselves for what we haven't seen yet, not so much for what we have seen. I think that a program that's 0-2 every single game is like a Super Bowl to them, and they feel they can win it, So our expectations is that Saugus is going to come in, guns blazing, ready to go. They have a decent quarterback, they got a good-sized offensive and defensive line, and we don't take that for granted at all. We're going to prepare for these guys like they're the best football team that we've ever seen, and we're going to give them that respect because you can never, downplay your opponent. But I think that offensively and defensively, what Saugus has done this year has shown how much his program has grown. He lost a lot of seniors from that group last year, but the young guys who stepped up have been playing really good football. And like I said, they played Cambridge really tough, and they had a tough game against Wilmington, but they made Wilmington earn every single yard that they got.
Yeah, just another quick question for me. When we talked, it was around the beginning of training camp, and I asked you who are some players kind of poised to perform. It took you about 1 second to say Colin McGough. How happy are you for his success so far in just 2 or 3 weeks here?
I'm a really big players coach, just because of the nurturing I got from Dave Dempsey as a young player in high school at Classical. And it's important to pay attention to what your players can do and what your players cannot do. Colin is a hurdler. He runs the 50, he runs the 100-meter dash, and he also is involved in a lot of different things at our school. So his athletic ability was already known. We were already aware of that. It's the part that you can't put on a statistic. It's his heart. It's his desire. He has good family. His oldest sister was my MVP in track when she was a student at Lynn Tech. So I'm familiar with how that family works. And Colin's, aspects during the summertime, he made it really clear, Coach, I want to be the best football player for this team. I want to work hard. I want to give my time. And you got to remember, all of our Lynn Tech students, the older ones, the seniors, are involved in co-op. So these guys work 1 week and then they go to school 1 week. And Colin makes it a point when he has to work, he makes sure he gets to practice as close as possible to on time. And that tells me a lot about a young man. He's a great kid. He's a great team leader. Every time he gets some kind of a praise, he's always praising the people that got him there, whether it's his offensive line, his fullback. And I honestly was talking with my offensive coordinator, and we were like, yo, who's going to make this team pop off this year? And we all kept saying, Colin. And it's just great to see him get the fruits of his labor. You know what I mean? He put the time in the weight room. I mean, the kid he's ripped, from top to bottom. And I'm proud of him for being a good leader. Even though he's in that position to be the player, he still humbles himself and remains, an athlete, a student, and a good leader. So I'm proud of him for doing those things.
Coach, your front line, offensive and defensive line, it really been stellar these first couple games. The first game, you pull out a 3-point victory to open the season against Malden. You guys, every year you guys play them, it's always a tough game. Then it was the defense kind of stepped up a little bit more in against Monty Tech, right? In those first two games, just how did you like the diverse way that your team won those games?
Against Malden, we were jacked for Malden. I'll be honest with you. We were excited to play Malden. One, because they have a potential Division I running back in their backfield, but also two, we felt like we left points on the field last year versus them, where we gave away 2 punt returns. We gave away a kickoff return this year, but I thought my special teams played exceptionally well in this game this year. And as far as the offense and defensive lines, Jeffrey Thayer is a man-child. He's a big-sized kid, 6'2", 295 pounds. He's my center. He's been in that position for the last 2 years. He takes a lot of pride in that. And, my nose guard, Gio, is 6'4". He's 310 pounds. Those 2 guys are both captains of the team, but they want and demand the best out of their lines, defensively and offensively. And I think it's important that linemen get the respect and the shout-outs that they deserve, because they're not scoring the touchdowns. They're not running for 100 and 200 yards a game. So they don't usually get the props that they deserve. We're lucky to have a good offensive line that's cohesive and working together. And it's got a couple of seniors on that line that are dogs, and I think defensively, both offensive and defensive lines have good character guys that are playing on it, that want to work hard and make the opportunity for their players behind them to make plays. And we've been lucky to do that this year. In particular, defensively, we had, I think, 8 sacks against Malden, which was huge for us. And when that quarterback dropped back, we were getting guys in the backfield, which was big. And against Monty, it was different. We didn't have as many sacks, but we had a lot of TFLs. And like Yerrick Motivan, he's a defensive tackle and guard. He had an exceptional game versus Monty. I think it's important even to represent Nick Chenley, who's my offensive guard and linebacker. He stepped in at guard, and we lost the guard against Malden. So he stepped right into the position, and he played unbelievable. He did a great job of opening up holes for our backs. And I'm a D-line guy, man. Like, I played D-line in college. I coached defensive line when I coached in college. Whenever we have these camps here, I run the lineman groups. I'm a big believer in your offense and defensive line can change the entire aspect of your entire team. So I appreciate that question, because I'm glad I got to mention some of those guys who don't get the limelight and who don't get the ink in the paper.
Last question for me, kind of a fun one, but I am curious. Do you like all of the Saturday night games, and are they different in any way?
I've been coaching for a long time, fellas, and Friday night games in Lynn are big. You want the community to come out, you want everybody to show up. However, when you got 5 high schools in one city, it's tough. You know what I mean? So, in a way, I like the Saturday night games because it separates the high schools. You know what I mean? Some high schools will play on a Friday, some high schools will play on a Saturday. For our community and for our student body, I like the Saturday games because at least we get a chance to get the parents out there, the band out there, to get people from the community who don't get a chance to see games, come out and see it. However, from a coaching aspect, it's tough because you break down film, and you play a game on Saturday night. The next day, you don't have a chance to, relax or enjoy it. You just got to get right into the next game, the game plan, and break down. So that's the only problem I have with playing on Saturday nights is that the turnover is instant. There's no really time to relish on the work that you put in on the game that you played on Saturday night.
Definitely. Hey, Coach, thank you for taking some time out your day to chat with us. I know you got to get ready for practice and get you guys prepped for Friday, but we appreciate you taking a few minutes of your time to chat with us about the upcoming game. And good luck this Saturday against Saugus. 7 p.m. is kickoff time. Lynn Tech taking on Saugus at Manning Field. If you got nothing to do, go down to Manning Field and go support the Tigers, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Brenner, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much. And shout out to Joey and Mukala for what they do for the city of Lynn. Appreciate you guys.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get to some WNBA action, Bruce Pearl retired.
Yeah, I heard. Why?
The other day. Well, Bruce Pearl, he's done some stuff in Cecil, but he said some stuff about the man that passed away. He's a fan of that individual. And
Bruce Pearl is?
Yes, Bruce Pearl is. And when you're coaching basketball and when 90% of your players are, the people that individual talks bad about, it's gonna look a certain way, and
Yeah, rightfully.
Yeah, and that you might be losing recruits, and your players might be looking at you sideways. But either or, whatever the reason was, he stepped down. So.
Then it makes you wonder, how did he actually feel about his players?
Right.
Things of that nature. Then it's like you want to give people the benefit of the doubt, but when you support people like trash like that, and then you step down, it makes me feel like you're more worried about pleasing these people than you are about just making sure you're a decent person.
Right. And he's also said some other stuff in the past too, or shown support for some individuals that aren't keen to the demographic that he coaches. So
I mean, isn't he part of that group of people that was over there with that white on white crime, but they forced Americans to remember the stuff even though it wasn't in America? He's part of that group, right? Okay.
So Bruce.
If you want, I'll say names if you want, but I'll try to make sure respectful of the show.
Yeah. So. And also Bruce Pearl, he did some stuff there was a reason why he left Tennessee, because he was doing some stuff that, that got him out of Tennessee. So he's he's not a saint or anything like that. So there's still people that remember that. So, but yeah, he stepped down. Mike Gundy, the man famous for his press game conference, that I'm a man. You talk to me, that's a kid. I'm a man. Him and his mullet, he got fired.
He got fired for what?
From Oklahoma State. He's going.
For what?
They just let him go. They're not good. Yeah, that's usually college football. You're not good.
No, I mean, that's justifiable. I thought it was some behind-the-scenes stuff.
He's just not good.
It's like nowadays people can't be people anymore. Their jobs are always on the line for something. So it's like, I don't be known. Yeah,
there's been a few coaches that's lost their jobs already in the college football season because of performance on the field. So,
damn.
Yeah, man, it's a cold world in college sports now, especially with the win now. with the transfer and all that, the transfer portal and all that. So yeah, it's tough out there.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. And then I just saw that a G League player is going to college, but he's gonna be a junior. So it's like now you could get G League players to college. I just saw something like that. It was a player from the G League. He's gonna be playing in college. But he's already a pro, so like that's yeah. And other coaches losing their jobs. The New York Liberty head coach got fired after they got bounced for the postseason. And like they just won the title last year, and now
that makes me feel like even the Liberty didn't believe in that title they won. You ain't keep her around.
Yeah, right.
But New York make it make sense. Then they fired Tibbs for making the conference. They fired Tibbs for making the conference finals.
Yeah.
For making the conference finals, you fired him. So like, I don't
understand it either. That's like two coaches right there for the franchise. They gave him the boot after one brought you a title. Like what are we doing here?
You know me, I don't really even say much about New York teams, so it's just I got some friends in New York, all love, but like I don't care about y'all sports.
Yeah, same here. No, I don't either, but whatever. WNBA postseason is going on, folks. We got some series that are tied 1-1. The Fever and the Aces are tied 1-1. Phoenix came back from I think like 20-something down to win the other night. So that's the semifinals. So I believe both of those series are tied at 1.
I gotta say something though. Yeah. I respect girls basketball. I've watched WNBA since it started with my aunt, HB. But my daughter's in AAU now, and I'll be honest. If I see a matching couple in Caitlin Clark jerseys again, dude, don't say nothing to me, my man. Like, just enjoy your time. You know what I mean? Nah. I'm not mad about the support, but I just can't take a couple seriously when the man's in Caitlin Clark jersey. I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm all about supporting both genders in sports and all that. It's just weird to me. Then he was like trying to yell out stuff like he knew what he was talking about. And it's like, man, you have no idea. This is 7th grade girls AAU. Relax, brother.
Yeah, just watch.
Like, bro.
Bring a margarita.
That's why I bring my iPad. So I barely watch the game. Because it's like, I told people this year, my daughter just getting back to playing basketball because she took a year off. So it's like, I'm just more or less just worried about her playing hard.
That is hilarious.
And not being soft.
Both of these series 1-1 games. Friday, doubleheader. Friday's a doubleheader, 7:30, Vegas and Indiana. Then Minnesota and Phoenix, 9:30 to cap it off. Both games are going to be on ESPN2. Also, WNBA, stop having these playoff games when the NFL games are on. Give them. They got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Give them those slots.
Yeah, they earned that. Yeah. They might not have earned all the money they think they should get yet, because ain't nobody doing the windmill dunks and reverses. But they deserve the slots. Right. They deserve them time slots, man, to get the money that they feel they deserve.
Right, because it's good. It's hard competing with the NFL on Sundays. It's just hard. But.
Yeah, bro, because people who don't even play sports love the NFL.
Yeah. Make it make sense. A'ja Wilson got her 4th WNBA League MVP. I think she joins Jordan, Kareem, LeBron. I think there might be one other person, but she joins them as, people with 4.
Don't got 4 MVPs?
I didn't see her on that graphic that day.
I mean, she got mad chips, though. She probably wasn't the best player every year, though.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah, so shout out to A'ja Wilson. I think
she should have 5, right? Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah. Somebody said if her and Bam ever produce a baby, that might be they might produce the greatest basketball player.
Probably not.
Ever in gender, like they might produce the tallest.
Yeah, probably not.
They don't produce a cyborg.
Like great athletes usually come from like some type of struggle. You know what I mean? Look at my new bowl son. You would have thought he might be one of the greatest. They wouldn't give the man a chance.
Oh man, it's tough. It's tough being the son of an athlete or daughter, either or. Boxing, not really much boxing going on, but Pedro, we got Gervonta and Jake Paul going on.
It's going back on?
I mean, yeah, like you said, there's not a lot going on until the next month, which is October the 11th. That's when the good fight starts, like the next couple of months. But a couple of press conferences kicked off. One of them is Gervonta Davis against Jake Paul, and the other one, Virgil Ortiz against Ruben. Forgot his name there, but other than that, yeah, it's been kind of quiet right now.
Yeah, it's quiet. It's quiet because they gotta, the hype gotta die down from the last fight. People still like coming down from that, and yeah, so. But we got to shout out Malik Johnson, Lynn Mass's own Malik Johnson. He won the let me read this, the 2025 USA Boxing National Open champion. He won, knocked out his opponent. So
with the headgear on?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Malik.
Yeah, so he is a national champ. He's a national champ.
Address him as so. When you see him.
Right. So we're gonna try to get him on here. We're gonna try to get him to come to the studio.
Man. I always like Malik.
Yeah.
Always very polite.
Right.
Whenever I run into him.
Yeah. I think we had him on when he was real young. I can't remember. We've got so many kids on, but we're definitely gonna try to get Malik on here to talk about that. And then I think Oceanside's having an event coming up, I think next month or November.
I gotta start showing up to some of these boxing events.
Yeah,
man.
no, they're actually fun. Fun. Yeah, like the last ones I went to, they had the King of the Ring at the, last year at Boys and Girls Club. But like the last big one I can remember was I think it was like the Silver Gloves up in Lowell.
Okay.
The Lowell Auditorium.
Okay.
Yeah, those ones are really good. Really good. So, but yeah. That's that. We got highlights, we got interviews, we got Coach St. Pierre from St. John's Prep. We've got Chris Vargas. He's doing his thing. We got the Malden. The Malden game was funny because I asked for one person, then I got bombarded with like 8 players. This looked like a wrestling promo that was being cut. So there was like 8 guys in this interview.
They on that OKC stuff?
Yeah, man. They was all talking. I was just bombarded.
Everybody trying to get some shine, man.
Yeah. So check these out, then check out the highlights, and we're gonna come back and wrap this up. Yeah. Coach, this is back-to-back weeks. Your offense has put up over 40 points. You guys set the tone early, marching down the field. 23 points in the first quarter. Just how locked in was your offense?
Yeah, I thought it started with the quarterback. He was pretty special tonight. He is special. He was precise. Him and Riley, the receivers, Ethan Stavanovich, Andrew McMahon doing a great job getting open. The O-line giving him time to throw. And I just thought we wanted to attack him early and be aggressive. And when you have a player of his caliber, it's you want to do it. So we did it.
Your defense, 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
You got a big one right after you guys scored that was able to give you guys some more points. Just how much better have they been since that week 1?
We're growing. I think we're growing on both sides. We take a bunch of steps forward, and then we take a couple back within the game. We're still learning and fighting our way through it, but taking the ball when we can give our offense the ball, and special teams got one too, I believe, on a kickoff. So whenever we can force turnovers and give our offense the ball more is good for us.
It's still early on in the season, but preseason you wanted to see how these guys develop. Just how you like to develop they get these game experience, and it seems like each week they've improved on certain aspects.
We have. Like I said, we're taking a bunch of steps forward. We take a couple back, but those are learning experiences. We need to go through that as a team. So we're young. We got sophomores and juniors all over the place. But our senior leaders are stepping up and doing a great job for us. But there's more work to be done. We're not by far a finished product, and we got to get better. There's no doubt.
How does a win like this this just helps them confidence-wise? Because, you know, this is a big-time matchup. The two teams have history.
Yeah.
But just how much of a win is this when you go down the line? How much is it going to help them down the line?
It should. I mean, that's a really good program, and to hang 47 on 47-14, it's pretty decisive, and it was decisive early. But, you know, you can't get too high with the highs, too lows with the lows, and they're learning that. And within the game, that's happening, and they're learning that. So it's going to be a process for them. But I'm pleased. I'm optimistic about the direction in which we're going as a team, but we got more work to do.
Coach, congratulations on the win.
Mook, appreciate it.
All right, Jaden, man, you guys bounce back win for your team. Defensively, only 12 points. You know, what was working defensively first off? Because you guys got the stops that you guys really needed.
Defensively, we were preparing all week for all of this. You feel me? Yeah, we prepared all week. Defensively, we just did good as a team. You feel me? Bill, you want to speak on it?
All I gotta say is our offense played amazing today. Our O-line was the best part of the team today was our O-line. So I give all the credit to O-line and everybody blocking. That's what I gotta say. Credit to O-line.
Hey, thank you. I love my brothers. I love my boys. Everything that we did, offense, defense, everyone locked in from last week. We knew we had to bounce back. We knew we had to get back from last year. Hey, that's all I gotta say. I love my boys. Manny.
Hey, man, we only did a couple passing plays, but every single run play, every man on that defense, every man on that offense, besides Jaden, was blocking. Even Billy was getting involved. The wide receivers putting their feet down. Nobody can handle the block.
I think we did a good job stopping the inside run. All of our D linemen shed our blocks, and we're really able to collapse that middle, especially our middle linebackers.
Matt.
Yo, Matt.
Yo,
Our safety.
hell of a game for the defense. You know that. No passes. You know what we do. Hey, God first. Thank you.
Hey, Malden football.
As a Jaden, 236 on the ground. You talked about your offensive line. You broke that big play early on. Just how key was that to get your offense going?
I mean, they did phenomenal. Like, I don't even know. They were blocking for their lives. They put their life on the line for that. You feel me? This was a redemption game. We needed to get back for this. You feel me?
All right. Congrats on the win, fellas.
Malden football.
All right, Chris, back-to-back weeks, offense, over 40 points, right? What got you guys clicking?
I mean, our game plan both weeks were great. Our coach set it up great in practice. We had great practices throughout the week, and that's great.
For you guys set the tone early, marched down the field, 23 points in the first quarter, scored in the first 3 drives. Just offensively, how are you in the rhythm, and how you guys feeling as offense to get you guys that fast start?
I mean, we're feeling great. We still got stuff to work on, especially our run game. That game, it wasn't the best, but, you know, I got to step up for my guys, and we just got to do better next time.
This is a young team, but you guys are growing each game, right? Just like, what are some of the positives you've taken each game and the performance on both sides of the ball?
Yeah, I think we don't give up. Like, for that, like, first game against Springfield Central, like, we were down 2 touchdowns. We had to come back. We don't give up. We're gritty over here.
And how good is it just to get the win over some of the guys that you've known growing up over there?
I mean, it's great. I mean, it's a great friendship between me and them, but it's great to beat them like this.
All right, man. Congrats on the win.
Yeah, thank you.
it's time for the top 10 plays from week 3 of the high school football season. At number 10, we go up to Gloucester where St. Mary's took on the Fishermen, and St. Mary's running back Tyron Hunt, he took the carry, he broke a tackle, and then all he saw was green on his way to a 70-yard touchdown run for the Spartans. At number 9, it's Malden running back Jaden McGuffey on his second carry. He gets plenty of good blocks and he hits the seam and he's off to the races for a 64-yard touchdown for the Golden Tornadoes. At number 8, we go to Manning Field where Lynn Tech's Colin McGough, he took the carry, he got the blocks, and he showed off the speed on his way to a 55-yard touchdown run in the Tigers' win over Monty Tech. At number 7, it is Kais Flannery who throws it up to Isaiah Simmons, who goes up and gets it as Catholic Memorial defeated St. Francis. At number 6, it is Bishop Feehan's Braden Goodwin who reads the quarterback's eyes. He picks off the pass and he's off to the races for a pick 6 in the Shamrocks win over Attleboro. At number 5, it is Everett's Jamari Doolin who takes the opening kickoff in the second half. He breaks 1-2 tackles, then he shows off the speed on his way to a 90-yard kick return for a Crimson Tide touchdown. At number 4, it's another special teams touchdown. This time it is from Catholic Memorial's Christian Simmons who takes the kickoff and he just hits the seam and then shows off the speed as he goes untouched to the end zone on a 70-yard kick return in the Knights' win over St. Francis. At number 3, it's more special teams. This time we are at St. John's Prep and it is Central Catholic's Drew O'Keefe who takes the kickoff. Once again, he gets some great blocks and all he has to do is elude one defender and he's off to the races for a 90-yard touchdown. Raiders would lose this one. At number 2, it is Swampscott quarterback John Von Bartle who finds Noah Baskin for a short pass. He then spins away from a defender. He has blockers down the field. He cuts back, makes another cut. He has 2 blockers down the field and he drags 2 defenders into the end zone for a big blue touchdown. At number 1, it is Acton Boxborough receiver Hussein Fahad who does his best Odell Beckham Jr. impersonation with this one-handed touchdown reception in their win over Lexington last Friday. All right, we are back, folks. Shout out to all those players. Week 3 football. Week 4 actually. Week number 4 of the high school football season. This week, the Lynn team's playing. St. Mary's is taking on Bishop Feehan on Friday. That's the first game of the doubleheader at Manning Field. I think both teams are 2-1. Kip Academy is taking on Greater Lowell to close out the doubleheader. Lynn English is on the road. They're going to be taking on Peabody. That game will be live streamed. So Peabody TV live streams the Peabody High games. So if you can't make it to Peabody, go to the Peabody TV YouTube channel and catch the live stream. Lynn Classical on Saturday they will be home to take on Cathedral, and then Lynn Tech will close out week 4 with a night game, 7 o'clock kickoff against Saugus. So that is that, and then.
Do they always play Saugus? Or this is Saugus?
Yeah. The last couple of years, they played them 3 years in a row.
Okay, that's dope.
So that's been continually doing that. There's that. Back to the strip club that I was in Detroit. It was during the day too. The amount of middle-aged men that were in there, I'm talking about like dudes in their like 50s and stuff like that.
It was packed?
Yeah. And I was just looking around, I'm like, damn. And they was all ready to spend it too.
Now, question, so was they there? What time was it around?
It was like 3.
So was it like the lunch break time? I'm thinking, or they get out early?
It was Sunday, so.
Yeah. They got out of church, bro.
Yeah, they went from church to
from Jesus to the heathens. Hey.
Yeah, man. And then it'd be funny too, cause you know them strippers, they gotta hustle to get they're trying to get them dollars and them dances. So I'm at the bar just chilling. One comes up to me, they start talking. I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, you want to dance? I'm like, honestly, I'm just here to watch the game and have a beer. She's like, okay. Then she's asking me my name.
She's having a whole conversation with you, right?
Yeah. It's having a whole convo with me. And then she's like, tell her my name. She's like, say that again. And it's like, ooh, that's handsome.
Oh my Atlanta. She was trying every angle, huh?
Yeah. And then she walked away after that. After like that, I was like, thanks. Just thank my mama.
That's why she didn't tell your life story. I had other situations.
Oh my gosh. And then then another one was like, ooh, I like your lips. I'm like,
I mean, you got them soup coolers, bro.
I was like, I was sitting there like, bro, let's y'all. I like thanks, but I ain't here for a lap dance.
Yeah, bro, she was trying to ride your face.
Yeah, the dude next to me.
Trying to ride your lap, brother. She said them lips for a reason.
Yeah, bro. She's trying to earn her tips. So I'm like,
oh yeah, she was earning it.
She's trying to earn them. Dude next to me, he just all in the convo like.
Cause he knew it. He knew it was going.
Yeah.
And he was hoping he met her there.
And then like after me and her done talking, she was walking away. He like grabs her. He's like, oh, I'm like.
He must be that dude from the Players Club.
Yeah.
If you don't know, they with the glasses. Listen, for y'all that fall in love with the strippers, understand they're there for a job.
Yeah,
some might find you attractive, but they don't plan on going home with you.
Yeah,
so
man.
Just understand what they're there for. Don't fall in love. Just fall in lust for a moment, and then go about your business.
That's why I tell people when it's time for like election time, when it's time to like vote, I'm like, yo, politicians are like strippers. They don't tell you what you want to hear, and then after they get what they want, they're out.
I'll be honest, you catch a DN, they might even shake something for you.
Yeah. That's a comment for another day. But shout out to my girl India out there in Detroit, man. She, I checked her out. She works there. She a bottle girl out there.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah, that's the homie.
Dope.
That's the homie.
Hell yeah.
Showed out, but Detroit got some beautiful women.
Yeah, they do,
I tell you that, there are some beautiful women out there. I saw some at this plus that was like 30 plus. Oh, man. Oh, lastly, this is the last thing before we get out of here. Me and my boy, we met some really cool people from well, they're not from Detroit. They were like from north of Michigan. We was at the casino. They took like a 3-4 hour bus drive.
Grand Rapids?
Nah, I think it was like further.
All right.
But they took like a 3-hour ride just to, go to the casino. We was talking to them, just chopping it up. They was, I forgot their names, but shout out to them. They was good, but yeah.
Hell yeah.
We gotta get up out of here, folks. We'll catch y'all around. Make sure to go to the game, support the kids, and yeah.